Welcome Gigachats of Azeroth to the Mythic Tavern. Today I will help you in obtaining the Does Steam Do Fire Damage achievement, which is a part of the glory of the Dragonflight hero meta. Does Steam Do Fire Damage achievement can be obtained in Ruby Lifepulse dungeon from Kakia Blazehoof, who happens to be the second boss. This achievement may seem self-explanatory and simple enough, but in reality is arguably one of the hardest achievements out of the entire glory of the Dragonflight hero meta. The achievement asks you to make Kakia Blazehoof drop her Molten Boulder directly into 4 different Ruby Life Pools that are scattered around the entire ring. Each pool is located in one of the corners. The right side of the arena has 2 pools close to each other, and so does the left side. However, the tricky part is aligning the boulder to drop perfectly into the pool, while also dealing with a net that needs to be constantly interrupted and DPS down as fast as possible, and avoiding all the fire damage from the leftover patches of fire at the same time. Whoever is interrupting, make sure they are communicating with the other individual who is swapping the interrupts with them. For this achievement, we have decided to try out 2 healers. One healer will be healing the DPS who are on the ad, the other healer will stack and hug the tank at all times. This achievement probably can be done with 1 healer, but the issue is that the DPS is going to be so far away from the boss that the healer will have difficulties healing everyone. This achievement is not a DPS race, but it's 100% all about survivability, and it's because of the way her Molten Boulder works. The Molten Boulder targets a random player who are the closest to her, and can cause issues when it comes to trying to make it hit the pole directly. However, there's a strategy that we have developed for this, and this is how we made it most consistent. Have the DPS downstairs in the ring furthest away from the Ruby Life Pole. The tank will mount up and run to the boss and face pull her and drag her to the first Ruby Life Pole. And it doesn't matter if it's left or the right side, but we have decided to go clockwise. Make sure the tank's healer also stays right on top of him, and both party members have to be in the pool. If the healer is off to the side of the pool, sometimes the orb will land on the side of the pool because Kakia Blazehoof decided to target the healer instead of the tank with her Molten Boulder. This is why both have to be in the pool. And as soon as you start seeing the Molten Boulder being cast, you have to move immediately to the side or you will get killed. You will know the boulder fell into the Ruby Life Pool correctly if you see steam coming from it. That is your cue to move to the next pool. Repeat the same strategy in the second pool, because the next 2 pools after that are located on the opposite side, and transitioning the entire group with the boss and the possibility of having an ad spawned is the hardest part of the entire achievement due to how far apart both of the sides of the arena are. This is where you are going to be DPSing the boss. Normally, move her out of the second pool once the boulder has fallen in, and start dragging her to the other side steadily and start doing the mechanics as you would regularly, as if you were killing the boss basically. The transition to the other side of the arena is the hardest part, as I said previously, and requires a lot of coordination and excellent situational awareness from all members of the party. Eventually, you'll be close enough to the other side where you can position yourself at the third pool just how you did it originally in the first pool. If any of your healers or party members die, it's pretty much the end of the game, unless you have a shaman with an Ankh, or a blood DK who can battle res, or a druid. Warlocks can also help with soulstones for emergency deaths, and so on. Our party had a shaman, warlock, and a druid, which meant we had a lot of backup for scary situations. Pay attention, play well, and stay consistent, and keep practicing the positioning. Congratulations, you now have Does Steam Do Fire Damage achievement towards your meta.
Be overwhelmed by the flame. I'm out of range. You cannot escape the heat! And to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Be overwhelmed by the flame! Fire consume my enemies! And to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Be overwhelmed by the flame! I'm out of range. Fire consume my enemies! And to the flame! You cannot escape escape the heat! Be overwhelmed by the flame! You cannot escape the heat!